nutrition plays a part with helping people work better, and then making sure you get enough sleep helps people. That all works together. So can you talk a bit about that that challenge that you're doing with everyone?
Absolutely. So we call it the pentathlon. It's an event. It's styled as a competition. It goes for around 2 weeks, and people join up and they're being put into teams. And for the next 2 weeks, they are being rated. They're being scored on 5 different categories. They're being scored on nutrition, on fitness, on sleep, on planning, and ultimately on doing their most important work. And what this competition really focuses on, some people, put up really, really impressive hours, and some people go on like really amazing fitness regimes for those 2 weeks and really push themselves. But we generally advise, and this is what most people do, to not necessarily go for like the most crazy levels in each of these categories, but the goal is consistency. We're trying to, for 2 weeks, get people to be very consistent across those 5 categories. So nutrition, you will pick something that is, maybe a diet that you've done before, that you feel comfortable with, will not be extremely taxing on your willpower, and yet you stick to it for 2 weeks. Fitness, you will not necessarily try a new exercise regime, but you do something that you've done before that is, somewhat challenging for you, but not overly, and you stick to it for 2 weeks. And we give them full flexibility in what good fitness will mean for them for those 2 weeks. And it's up to them. It's not up to us. Then planning, we want you to do some form of planning every day. Then sleep. We find actually that much more important than your wake up time is your bedtime. So we really try to get people for those 2 weeks to hit very consistent bedtimes. And for me personally, once I started doing that, that was the most surprising finding after doing the pentathlon myself, how important a consistent bedtime was for my performance the next day and for the way I felt. And then lastly is your most important work. So often people will bring a project that they, can roughly complete in 2 weeks. And we want them to define upfront what their most important work is. And here is an interesting concept. The way we score it is each of these categories gets 100 points. The work part is scored twice, 1 for consistency, 1 for amounts. So basically with the first 10 minutes of your most important work, you will get 100 points. And with an additional 90 minutes, you will get another 100 points. And basically what we're trying to do here is we find that projects do not die because you didn't work on them for like 4 hours every day. Projects or any type of endeavor really dies because it didn't get done at all for 2 weeks. And this is true, I would say, for, becoming a great swimmer, becoming getting in shape in general, sticking to a diet. It's not necessarily being like super intense for a week that will get you the result. It's putting in consistent work, day over day, week over week.